Good day to you and welcome on Makerization, and today I'm going to show you how Civilization 6 actually performs on my laptop. So right on the left you can see my rig. It's i5 6200U, which is an ultrabook one, pretty weak processor. It's also accompanied by 940M 2 gigs, 8 gig of RAM, 800 MHz, which is a slow one, and standard stock hard drive 5400 RPM. Right from the start, I have to say that the FPS that you can see on the top left are definitely lowered because of the recording. It's actually lowered for about 8 FPS. The standard, or maybe even 10. The standard in here right now is 35 to 40 FPS with average around 36, and well, it runs pretty well. However, I'm unable to play on 1080p. I'll show you these settings. The only thing right now that's different is that it's windowed. However, I'm very often playing in windowed as I want to do something else. Such as look at some kind of video and these things, streams. Right now, you can see that a lot of things is disabled. High quality visual effects, that can definitely be lowered. And I highly recommend high resolution asset textures. Definitely the card can handle it. Dynamic lights off, shadows, you can keep them, you can actually lower them, but the game looks a bit worse if we do that. As you can see, something is missing. So let's turn the shadows on. And yeah, just slight hints, it adds this 3D feeling to it, and otherwise the shadow resolution had to be lowered. Overlay resolution is fine, you can keep it that way. Definitely high resolution textures, definitely high quality shaders, you can use that if you want to. However, it slightly decreases performance again. It creates spikes, which at this resolution get me to 30. So if you want to, you can definitely do that, but later on there might be some issues. And as you can see, the resolution is 16 to 900. That is because at 1080p I was really unable, even with the lowest possible settings, get anything done, because it went down to the FPS that you can see more or less right now. So at around 23 and 20 FPS, that's quite problematic even with this kind of strategy game, because sometimes the units switch, sometimes there are some things that you want to do quickly, and this kind of slight lag creates misclicks. So stable 30 is definitely the best option. And you can run it with this kind of setup at stable 30. Now, I should show you hardware monitor. Just a minute, please. And I'll just talk about the game. The game actually looks nice. People were complaining a bit about it, but I think that the style is fine. What I'm a bit surprised is that the style itself does not really offer a lot of extra frame rate, because it's a bit cartoony, so it could actually be more optimized, but that's a standard issue with these games. The first year they are not really optimized, and the next expansion usually does the trick. So let's enter the hardware monitor and let's show you that the GPU is actually fine. What throttles this a bit is my CPU. So if you have a stronger processor, which means that more or less anything that ends with M or HQ or what are these other numbers, if it's not U processor, which is the ultrabook one, you can definitely get this higher with slightly better even graphical settings. However, you always keep in mind that shadows are what really drains a lot of power, and anti-aliasing actually is what drains a lot of power. So if you have a better processor, you can definitely go maybe even with 1080p. However, I have better experience with this kind of setup with 900p, and the difference, even though it is slightly noticeable, it makes it, I think, a better game if you have other screen where you're watching something, because it once again lowers your performance a bit. So this helps you decide whether to get Civilization 6 or not. And well, thanks for watching and see you next time.